Cream Conversation.
I guess we might as well go ahead and start with the biggest elephant in the room, and this is Gayle King. By now, everybody knows the deal with that, right? So Gayle King interviewed Lisa Leslie. It was supposed to be this beautiful interview about Kobe Bryant's rise to fame and rise to stardom as this NBA legend, as well as his legacy. Beautiful interview. Lisa Leslie, a queen, and she shall be addressed as such. And then somewhere along the line during this interview, Gayle got the bright idea. We just gonna go ahead and ask her about Kobe Bryant's rape case. Mind you, it has been 2 hot whole weeks since Kobe Bryant, his baby, and 7 other people tragically passed away in a helicopter crash, and why not? Let's just go ahead and ask Leslie about Kobe Bryant's rape case. And so Gayle went ahead and asked Lisa, do you think this should be part of his legacy? I have a question. Yeah, me right here. At what point in time would anybody want a rape case to be part of their legacy? What part of town is that? That was the first thing. But then I don't know if we would have allowed Gayle to slip through the cracks with mentioning that rape case had she not doubled down on the question when Lisa was like, nah, that's not the Kobe I know, that's my boy. Kobe don't even carry himself like that. I don't believe, I believe something happened between him and that girl, but I don't believe that Kobe Bryant committed a crime. And then Gayle hit her with but the Kobe that may not necessarily. Gayle, what Gayle? Honey, if I was the cameraman, I'd have been like, hold on. Come. That's what the networks want to do. That's what the networks love. Come on, guys. Like, I know I haven't done a chat since Kobe's passing, but dang, they had this stuff strode across social media before his family had even been notified. Before the other 7 passengers had been notified, like their families had been notified. It was already on social media and the TMZs, and then ABC News. They just jumped all the way out the window, and they actually said all of his daughters was on the plane with him. And so it's like, a lot of times I'm very, very proud of Ice Cream Convos as a media outlet. Some of y'all just look at me as a blog, which makes my stomach turn a little bit because I feel like I put more effort into Ice Cream Conversations than your average blogger. I try to be resourceful. I try to be accurate. I try to work in the space of integrity. I try not to be malicious. I try to provide accurate information. And yes, I may be a little slow with the scoop, but when I bring it to you, it's going to be accurate. And that Sunday when the helicopter crash happened, I was actually on my way back home from Destiny's dance competition, and my phone just started going ham, bologna, and cheese. I'm getting the bat signals from everybody, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. So the first text message I got was like, girl, did you hear about Kobe? And I'm like, oh yeah, LeBron James broke his record last night. It was like, no girl, no, that's not what it is. And so I myself personally, I have been in a position, unfortunately, and I think I talked about this before, where a family member of mine passed away, and I found out about it on social media before my family was able to contact me. So I will never, as long as I live, post someone's death without the family's knowledge. Like, I need something that lets me know the family is fully aware of what's going on, or the family has released a statement or whatever. That's just a different space that I operate in. And I appreciate a lot of y'all who rock with me for that very reason, because I'm just out here trying not to be trash. Like, I know this industry that I'm in, especially as I consider myself an entertainment writer, but some of y'all are just smack blogger on me. I try to operate in a space that will not only make myself proud of my work, but it will make y'all proud of my work. And when y'all be out in these streets like, oh yeah, I rock with ICC, you can say it with your chest and you don't have to be embarrassed or feel like, are you sure about that little site? With that being said, let's get back to Gayle. So Gayle conducts this interview. She asked Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant's rape case. I was a little thrown off when I saw the clip because I was like, did she really... Do we have Kobe's service yet? Is this what we're doing? Some people argue that Gayle King is a journalist. And as a journalist, sometimes you have to ask the hard questions, or sometimes you have to bring up things that are not necessarily pretty in someone's life. But my thing is, Gayle, you had a relationship with Kobe. Y'all might not have been BFFs, but y'all were cordial. Y'all had, y'all were associates. Y'all mingled in a lot of the same circles. You recognized his greatness. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been sitting up interviewing Lisa Leslie about it. In that moment, like, nothing in your head clicked to think this man's wife his widow is at home trying to pick up the pieces and figure out the rest of her life after not only losing her husband, but losing her child. And if she so happens to turn on the TV to try to get away from all the thoughts and feelings, she gonna see you on TV asking one of his best friends about his rape case. And what's most disappointing with this, I had some dialogue with someone on Instagram today about this, is that despite whatever's been going on with Gayle King and Oprah, because I know right now y'all done can't, we'll get back to that, but despite whatever's going on with both of them, I hold Gayle King to a certain standard. Gayle King is not a newbie in this industry. She is considered a veteran. She is a journalist. She's been in this game long enough to know better. And even if I don't know if she was like going for that hot take and then it just burned and singed her edges, I just don't know what would make her ask that. And I know she's not the only person who brought up Kobe Bryant's rape case in the wake of his untimely passing, but I don't know them. I don't expect anything from them. I expect them to be trash. I expect them to try to tarnish this man's legacy. I expect that of them, but not you, Gayle. Like, I expected you, if not for nothing else, just to have respect and reverence for his family and all who are mourning him. I am not ignorant to the fact that when you talk about Kobe Bryant's life as a whole, that is one chapter, a terrible dark chapter of his life. And I understand that the circumference of his life, that is a piece of it. But that is not a piece that should have been addressed or talked about or brought up in the middle of someone who loved him dearly, trying to share a positive message about him and what he meant to her and what he meant to so many different people. So there is a part of me that feels like all the smoke that Gayle King is receiving in these streets is warranted. But some of the smoke is a little too flammable and some of it has gone too far. Now, if y'all want to counsel her, I don't have no problem with that. If y'all don't want to support her anymore, I don't have no problem with that. If y'all don't want to watch CBS This Morning no more, I don't have no problem with that. Where I draw the line in the sand is like literally calling her out her name. Like, and I mean, when people violate, the first thing you want to do is call them out their name. But I'm just saying, like, it almost turned into a situation where hurt people started hurting people. Does that make sense? Like, Gayle King violated, so now because you violated, I got to violate you 10 times as more. All of this is going on publicly for spectators who are on the outside looking in like, ooh, it's going down on Black History Month. Ooh, let me clutch my pearls. Ooh, look what's going on over there. And at the same time, the bigger picture is Kobe wouldn't want all this mess going on around him. Like, first things first, he don't want y'all talking about his rape case. And secondly, he don't want us attacking each other because somebody violated. It's okay to cancel people quietly. You know what I'm saying? Or we can discuss our differences of opinion as far as like how far she violated or how far she didn't violate. Snoop Dogg, and I love Snoop Dogg, I think. I don't dislike Snoop Dogg, but Snoop Dogg is problematic in a lot of different ways that I'm not going to get into tonight. But Snoop Dogg is a problematic legend. You can ask his wife, Shantae. He's a problematic legend. And I understood him being very angry. I understood him being pissed off. I understood all of it because I'm at home. I don't even know Kobe, but I'm at home trying to pray his wife through this. And so I understood his anger. But when he started talking about dog face, bald head, something, bees, and then at the very end of his rant, he said something like, leave that family alone or we coming to get you. I was like, ooh. Snoop. You are literally threatening a woman on video, on social media. So if anything happens, God forbid anything happens to Gayle, guess who they gonna come to first? And when you start talking like that, especially if you are a person of influence, there are people out there that you could be like, yo, let's all jump off a bridge at 2:00. If you the right celebrity, your fan base gonna be lined up on the edge of the Brooklyn Bridge like, what we doing? And that sounds asinine and that sounds crazy, but I have seen fans go all the way and jump all the way out the basement window for their favorite stars. With that being said, I was like, ooh, I really felt like Lil Boosie, and I can't even believe I'm saying this. I felt like little Boosie had the best, most heartfelt, genuine response to what Gayle said and did. Boosie, he sound like somebody's like ugly pawpaw down in the country, like just reading you your rights because you stole his Cadillac in the middle of the night and went joyriding with your friends down to the Piggly Wiggly. He was totally disappointed in Gayle King, and he expressed that disappointment. He didn't cross the line while doing so, in my humble opinion. With that being said, yes, Gayle King violated, but at the same time, let's not like stoop or let's not degrade ourselves by calling her out on her violation.